the problem. So the problem with the Reformation was a deeper problem, was already a problem that was there in Europe at the time, where it was this legalistic kind of arbitrary idea of doing good things to be good enough to go to heaven. And so that's why I think the Reformation is a problem, but it was not just the Reformation. The church, the Catholic Church itself, was in a tough place because they had already set up this weird legal system. It's like weird legal system of like the idea, for example, that if you do so many bad things, then you go to purgatory for so many years, and then you have to do so many things to reduce the number of years in purgatory, like that
Where
kind of
thing. Where did
that
come from? That's not in the Bible somewhere, right?
No, it comes from the idea that it's a how can I say this? It's a side effect of this kind of legal way of thinking about salvation, right? It's a side effect of the.
How do you explain that if it's not in the Bible in the first place?
Well, see, that's again, one of the problems that happens is that the idea that the Bible is the only source of reality, let's say, or only source of truth. That's something that the Reformers said.
So what's on the other side?
So like
that's what I've been hearing.
The Reformers say, like, if it's not in the Bible, it's not true. And then it's like, okay, so, but that wasn't the standard before. Now, I don't want to defend the way that the Catholics had their notion of purgatory. I'm not Catholic, so I don't feel like I have to defend that. But the idea that if it's not in the Bible, then it's not real. It's just.
So where's all the other information then?
So the way that the more traditional churches understand it, and the way that the Catholic and the Orthodox understand it, is that the church is a body of people. Right? The church is in a book. God is in a book. The Bible isn't the word of God. Jesus Christ is the word of God. It's the manifestation of the divine logos of God in the world. That's the word of God. The Bible is super important. Like the Bible is a good means to help to prevent yourself from going into chaos, let's say. But the reality is more linked to the actual body of people, and let's say their connection to Christ through generations of people that transmit not just a bunch of books, but a way of being and a way of praying and a way of seeing God and a way of engaging with God. So that's the way the traditional churches understand it, that there's a transmission, right? More like your father can write you a letter, and that's good, but he won't contain his being in the letter. It'll be in his example. The example that you get, like let's say you model your life on his example. And so if he writes a letter to say you should do this, you should do that, it's like, that's great, I'll keep it. It's great advice. But the higher thing is the model. And so that's the way that the traditional church understood it. So it's like they have traditions which flow down from the apostles into the church.
Okay.
So it's a different way of seeing it.